Colin Kaepernick came out of college in 2011, went to the NFL Combines, ran a 4.53 40. Johnny Manziel was, I think, the 5th fastest quarterback. 4 quarterbacks ran faster than him, but he was still in the top group. He was still close. He ran a 4.56 40, which is also fast and obviously quick for a quarterback. And then now there is a GIF. I don't really know what that means.
You know what it means. Don't play the old man card. You know what it means.
No, I thought GIFs were photos, but this is like a video. But anyway, it's a
moving picture.
It's a moving picture. It's a motion picture of Manziel sprinting against Colin Kaepernick, and taken from Kaepernick's combine sprint in 2011 and Manziel's this year. And as I told you, Kaepernick runs a 4.53. Manziel runs a 4.56. I don't want to spoil it, but Kaepernick wins. I like how Kaepernick pulled away at the end. So Kaepernick, like the first 20.
Got some Seabiscuit in him.
Right. The first 20, they ran even. Right? Yep. So Kaepernick actually picks up speed. I mean, it's a little silly because they're both fast. They'll both cause people to miss. And you wonder whether that difference between 4.53 and 4.56 will ever make a difference in a game over the course of a season, because these guys don't run in a straight line, right? They move around people. This is not how the NFL works. But you actually do see it. Like, even though it's so slight, 4.53 versus 4.56, like by the end, that 4.53, there's separation. Kaepernick's faster. And that's what's interesting to me about this. Not that Manziel's not fast enough to be a dynamic quarterback. Unquestionably he is. Just that slight difference might make a difference on some run where you break into the open field, and a cornerback who can really run might catch the first guy and not catch the second guy. That really surprises me, that 3/100ths of a second manifests itself as like that much distance, so you can see it on camera, between two guys at the end of a race.
Well, you know, Ben, the gridiron is a game of inches, as we all know. So Colin Kaepernick having that 0.3 more may be more important. But it seems like the reason that he beat him is because he's taller. He has longer legs.
Yeah,
so
but
if he's going to, I mean, it seems obvious that he would beat Manziel.
I don't know. I mean, there have been some great sprinters who aren't tall in the history of time. And some of these guys who ran against.
Fair point.
Yeah, and some of the guys who ran, I don't know the sizes of everybody who ran other quarterbacks who ran faster than Manziel. They were all in the 4.5s. But you said 3/10 of a second. It's not 3/100ths of a second. It's so slight. It's so slight. It's amazing to me that it makes that much difference. I've watched this now 30 times. Every time I see it, I'm like, but it's like this. You'd think it'd be almost a photo finish. But it isn't.
Are you more amazed with how fast they are, or are you more amazed that you just learned the term GIF today?
No, what I'm really more amazed is the difference. I'm stunned that 4.53, and so if you're 5/100ths of a second faster, you'd almost have twice as big a win. It's stunning. That's stunning to me that it makes that much difference. And you see, here's a big shocker. You see why speed is so important in the NFL. Anyway, I still think Johnny.
But do we put too much of an emphasis? Not to cut you off, but do we put too much of an emphasis into the cone drills and the vertical jump and the 40 time and what have you? I mean, like, do any of those really matter when we're talking about putting a guy who may not score well on those very drills, and then they go in the 5th round like Richard Sherman, or the 6th round like Malcolm Smith, and then they become Super Bowl MVP and one of the top players in the league?
No, I don't think we put too much in it. And of course, one of the reasons why those guys may have gone when they went is because they had some intangible that the team's focused on. Like, I mean, when we say a guy got picked in the 6th round, he may have gotten picked in the 6th round because they turned out to be faster than they thought he was. Like, his college performance wasn't that great, but then it turned out he was fast. So I'm not sure which way that cuts. The more information you can learn, the more science you can put into this, the more data you can put in, helps. Obviously, there's some guys who may not do that well and may be great. The flip side is there may be some people who weren't great in college, and then they'll do incredibly well there, and that'll tell the NFL, hey, we can coach this guy. We can teach him the right way, and then he can use this speed and this size to our advantage. So I don't put too much emphasis on it. I pick my friends. I never make people run before I decide if they're going to be my friend. I did do it. I did do it with my wife, and she ran a 4.9 40, which is pretty good. It was pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, she ran a 4.93, and so I proposed.